All right, welcome back, y'all. We're coming in now with a little bit of some spice on the new Drukhari stuff, talking new meta, new rules. I'm here with Kit. He's going to be giving some
Hello,
of his
everyone.
takes, especially coming off of his performance at Flying Monkey Con. And we'll talk more later about that probably another time. But right
Yeah,
now, our
thanks, Tom.
focus is on these. No, of course, on these new Drukhari rules because he
Yep.
hasn't seen it. I get to go. This is
I
the
have
time
read
where. Mhm.
literally zero parts of this codex, not even a little bit.
So this is where I get to sell you on things that are just
Uh-huh.
insane, and
Yeah.
before you see it later and tell me, no, that was a crazy idea. So we're gonna get to that point eventually,
Excellent,
but right
excellent.
now we're living in a really great spot. So like let's go through this like top to bottom, right? And
Okay.
we'll like contextualize this with points here and there, talk about like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this is where the book points are. We know that. And then also where the index points are. So there may be a
Yep.
common ground there at some point that we're thinking about, okay, this is where it could end up.
Mm-hmm.
But right now we're just kind of working with what we have, and then also guesstimating a little bit like where we think it's going to go. I have all the points. I've been playing around with a builder I made and everything like that. So we can go
Excellent.
over to some potential builds and things like that. But let's start like big picture Drukhari.
Yep.
Like a lot of the same units are going to be in the book. We're losing out on Grotesques. We're losing
Mm-hmm.
out on Court of the Archon. Those units are just flat out gone.
And
Um,
Beastmasters, I think I heard about. I think those are
Beastmaster.
gone.
Beastmaster is
Yeah.
probably the biggest thing because that had like such a defined role in what this army
Those
could
things
do.
are so annoying. I'm so glad they're gone.
I Yeah, I think they're gonna stay gone. I do think that we will see Grots, and I think we could see Core of
Mm-hmm.
the Archon come back in a future release at
Possibly.
some point. I think they're so prime for that.
Yep.
But for right now, they're gone. We did gain data sheets, and we'll get to
Mhm.
those at some point here. But let's go
Ooh,
into like the
fancy.
army rule itself.
All
It's
right.
still pain tokens. We're still in
Cool.
pain tokens, right?
Simple
But
as.
here's the thing. Yes, exactly. And they still have like the
Mm-hmm.
same function. Unit destroyed, you get a token.
Yep.
When they fail battle shock, you get a token, right? The new
Mm-hmm.
thing now is you don't start with any, you just gain one every like command phase. So
Okay. Yeah, I have it
in a
here.
full.
So start
Mhm.
of your
You
command
said.
phase. Each time enemy is destroyed, each time an enemy it fails a battle shock test. So very much
Yep,
like you will get them, but not at super fast rate, and you won't be able to unload them early on. I know they have the new
exactly.
pain abilities, and that's just data sheet abilities for all their units that are activated. Now it's going to be a hard sell to get data sheet abilities that are stronger than reroll hit rolls. But look, I'm
Yeah.
curious to see what they got.
The good news is we still have access to reroll ones at all times in Reaper's Wager. So if we
Okay.
really
Yeah,
are
that's
missing
true.
the
That's true.
rerolls,
Yeah.
that detachment has it.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of these abilities you're going to see are like, okay,
Yep.
not usable versus that's
Mm-hmm.
incredible. You want to use it every time.
Makes
Sometimes you get
sense.
more bang for your buck with the character because they activate two abilities at the same time between the unit and the character.
Oh,
The
that's
biggest
cute.
thing at first
Yeah.
glance is you actually get more pain tokens here than you did before.
Yeah, because you started with what, three
3.
previously,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, and
Yep.
so now you get one at start of each command phase, so you get five over the course of the battle. So you do have
Yeah.
more pain tokens running around, just
Yeah. And
not front loaded.
yeah, and so that's really good just because like you would have issues where I'm like I'm activating 3 Scourge, or there's all three of
Mm-hmm.
my tokens, I don't kill something, and now I'm starving because I'm going into
Right.
like Imperial Knights
Yeah.
or an SQ build. And so we'll come back to the pain tokens as we get to the data
Mm-hmm.
sheets, but like it really makes the detachment tick. But let's get into the detachments here. Let's start with Real Space Raiders.
Realspace
This is
Raid.
our
Let's do it.
index.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest glow up is you get twice the number of pain tokens as you did before. You get
Ooh.
two
Okay.
for each combo your army contains. So if you have
Mm-hmm.
an Archon and Kabalite, you get two.
Okay.
If you have a Succubus and Witch, you get two. If you have a
Okay.
Moculus and Rax, you get two. If you have all three combos, that's six.
Important question. Do the unique characters that I'm thinking Lilith here have the keyword? Or do you
That's a
have to
really
have
good
the
question.
actual model? Because
Lilith has the keyword.
that's
Lilith
okay,
has the
cool.
keyword. So
Gotcha.
Lady Malice
That
would have it
helps.
too.
Yep.
So, and I think that you do take Lilith here.
Okay.
So getting into that's just like straight up the detachment rule,
Mm-hmm.
which is like the issue with it before was like, oh, I get pain tokens and then that's it,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Two paid
starting with
tokens is a
six,
good amount.
yeah,
Yeah.
starting with six and then your first command phase, you're at
Mm-hmm.
7 is a ton. Like you will like that's
Honestly,
where this is like real good.
if things are similar, previously I know Kabalites were really good, witches were really good, Rocks were not amazing. So I could totally see as well just going, all right, cool. I take two of these combos and gain 4 pain tokens and leave the other two at home. I would like them, but I'm not willing to take bad units for it.
I agree, and I do think in this detachment you end up taking all of those combos, and
Okay.
I think that lives in the enhancements and strats. The first
Gotcha.
enhancement we're gonna get into
hmm
is Dark Vitality. I think this is an auto take. It's on any of your Drukhari. So
Always
any one of your
empowered.
characters,
Nice.
always empowered. Always empowered.
Easy.
I picture this on an Archon. You get full
Yep.
hits and wound rerolls in a Kabalite unit. If you put it
Love to see
on
it.
him in an Incubi, it's full hit
hmm
rerolls and dev wounds, right? There's so many
Okay.
different places to use it. That means like witches can use it in like two different phases if with a
Yeah, that's
succubus,
good.
although I don't think you do that.
hmm
And then here's
yeah.
we have Labyrinth Cunning, and this
Okay.
would be cool if it worked. Archon model only at the
yep.
start of your command phase. If the bearer is on the battlefield, you can do
hmm
one of the following: spend one pain
So
token, gain one
not in a
pain,
transport.
not in the
I s-
transport, and that's
yeah,
the
I
issue.
see the problem. Yeah.
Yep, it'd be cool. Too bad.
hmm
Sorry.
Yep.
Eye of Spite.
Succubus. +1
Yes,
attack, +1 AP. Pain token for +2 attack, +2 AP. That's not bad. Plus
it's
two
cute.
attacks, +2 AP. If you
She
can
got a
get,
big glow up. She got a big
yeah,
glow up.
if you can get, or I'm thinking back to like previous Codex stuff where they had the succubus option where you could either take many attacks at damage one or few attacks at damage two. If that's still around, then being able to get like a few attacks at damage two, boost that up, could be super good. If it's just okay, I go from 8 attacks to 10 attacks or something, then
That's what
I'm
it is.
less enthralled.
I'll stop you right there. It's all one damage.
Ah,
The big glow up she does have is precision on the data sheet, and she rerolls hits and wounds into characters. So there
that
is a
okay,
niche
it's that is good.
scenario
Yeah.
where it happens here. The problem
hmm
in this detachment is it's never going to be better than Lilith. That's just the bottom line. You're never going to take this on
Yeah, but you
succubus
could
and
have
have it.
two.
You could, you could.
You
I
could have,
like that Datasheet a
it
lot.
exists.
And then we
Mm-hmm.
have Crucible Malediction.
Okay.
This is still around. It's once per battle on a homunculus. He can
Mm-hmm.
use this enhancement. If he does, you spend a pain token. You have a ton, so I don't think you're mad at that.
Yep.
Homunculus also does pain token generation
Mm-hmm.
in the camp phase. Then each unit
Each
within
unit
12
takes
takes a
battle
battle
shock.
shock,
This
subtracting
seems
one if
bad.
you took one. I like this for one reason only, and it's that
Shoot.
he has an innate 6 inch minus one to battle shock test. So
Yeah,
you
but
pop it,
it's
and
in
it's a minus
your
two.
shooting.
It is, and
Not
this is really just a
once
I'm
per
gonna stop your
battle.
defensive moves.
How cheap
That's
is
all
it?
this is. Let me look really quick in the book.
I'm not willing to pay more than 15 for this ever.
It is 15. It's 15.
Okay. That feels to me very much like I'm not gonna put in effort to get this enhancement, but
Yeah,
if I have 15 points around, I'm not mad using this.
I like it as a tech piece here to force
hmm
battle shocks to get rid of AOC because that could really
Yeah,
hamper your ability to do damage.
yeah,
And you're
100%.
also the thing to keep in
And it
mind is
generates pin tokens itself.
and
So,
Racks force battle shock when they
hmm
shoot. So like you do have two shots at it, right? You have
yeah.
one if you do this, it's -2, and the Racks would just be at -1,
hmm
provided you're within 6.
All right, let's
But
look
let's
at these
go.
strats.
Yeah, you want to do the first one there?
So, yeah, so 2 CP -1 damage for Homunculus Coven. Fine. Decent
Shoot or
strat.
fight phase.
Yep, 2 CP -1 damage. Never bad. Homunculus Coven only is restrictive, but still seems good.
Let me
1
change your perspective
CP.
on it because
Uh-huh.
Racks are now 2 wounds.
Still seems good, not incredible.
Yep.
It's yeah, it's a good strat.
hmm
If you have a bunch of homunculus units, this strat becomes very good.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Death Guard. Death Guard shows you -1 damage is a very good strat.
I think the threat of it does more than like actually using it a
I
lot of the
mean,
time.
I think it's just going to be like, okay, cool. Does your opponent have profiles where this matters?
Yeah.
And if they
So
do,
let's look
it could
at
be great.
okay, let's look at the next one here.
hmm
Fighting
-1 to
Shadows
hit.
minus. It's just -1 to hit for non-coven. It's really good
Cool.
at skewing
Still
math
good.
sometimes. Very
Yep.
situational.
Not a bad strat
Instinctive.
ever.
I'll do the next one because I really love this.
hmm
Um,
Okay.
it's instinctive spite. 1 CP.
hmm
Up to 2 battle line units or one Drukhari unit. You can spend a token,
Okay.
right? If you
Ooh,
don't
+1
spend
to
it,
hit.
it's just +1 to hit. If the opponent's below half strength, if you spend a
Oh,
token, you
it's
get
below
+1 to hit
half
as well.
strength. Oh, I
It's
don't
below
like
half strength.
that. I thought it
But
was below
here's the
starting, and I was going to be very excited.
no, it's below half, but it also, like, helps you
Yeah.
finish off large
Yeah.
units
Hmm.
that you need, like, just 5 incubi into,
Sure.
or,
Yeah.
like, something like that. That's where this is really good. It
It's
also works
situational,
in
but when
it's
it
shooting
works,
phase
it'll
2.
be great. Yeah.
It's shooting
Yeah.
phase 2.
I
So
see
if
it.
you can, like, be like, "Alright, I get 10
Hmm.
haywire off and I throw a grenade, now it's time for
Yep.
my lances to hit you on 2s and wound you on 2s."
Let's see. 2 CP, raid and fade. Oh, cool. Fire and fade for 2 CP. Never bad. You have a
Yes.
bunch of transports. That strat's good. No questions
Yep,
asked.
and this is the combo I like in this detachment
Hmm.
is 20 Kabalites, each with an Archon and Raiders. They get out and they shoot. One of the Archons has Dark
Hmm.
Vitality, so you're spending 1 token for full hit and wound rerolls if
Sure.
you're targeting a unit on an objective. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
Kabalite shooting, but it's also like between this and Scourge, and then the Archon can reduce the cost of this for 1
Hmm.
CP. Like there's a lot of maneuverability there.
Yeah. It's always a good strat. 2 CP is a bit expensive, but if you have the
Yep,
Archon is Captain, then that'll work fine. That'll be perfectly manageable. All
yep.
right, so 1 CP,
Um,
start movement phase, auto advance 6. Do we have advance in charge in this army dom?
yes, we do. Yes, we do. They have it on the
Good
data
strat.
sheet for a pain token.
Good strat then. I like it.
Kit, there's another issue with this stratagem though. It's
Oh
the
no.
win. It's the win.
Start of your move. That's fine.
If they're in a transport, then they can't use it.
Oh, damn it. Yep, true.
Yeah. So this is like good if you have your Lilith unit
Yeah, okay,
out
that hurts then.
threatening and you
That makes it
ingress
worse.
somewhere else.
Hmm.
I think most likely you're not even using it on them. I
That
think you
makes the
could be
strat a
using
lot
it
worse then.
on
Yeah,
something
that's
else.
not
They
great.
have to get out. That's the hard part. And then
Yep.
Dark Harvest is just either 2 rack units or
Hmm.
1 Drukhari unit. Just lethal hits. You
Yep.
just get lethal
Fine.
hits. Great. Hellions love it.
Yep,
We know
always
that.
good.
All right.
All right, what
Let's keep
else are we
going.
looking? Next one. All right,
Um,
overall, so far, strat detachment seems fine. Non-credible, it doesn't lean into anything. It's kind of the combo. That
yeah,
feels about right. All right,
it's an
Coven.
all-comer.
Yeah.
I think the enhancements you can probably leave most all like
Mm-hmm.
all but one at home.
Fair.
The detachment ability itself is fine. It's an all-comer. If
Mm-hmm.
you're someone that you're gonna be struggling for tokens, you find that the army struggles for tokens, that's your
Yep.
detachment to go to.
Makes sense.
Let's look at the Coven one.
Covenites.
Let's roll through this one
Transhuman.
quickly.
Cool. Easy.
Yeah,
Always good. That is actually quite strong.
it
I've seen
is.
vote. I've played Votan. Votan is good for a large part of that reason that it just has
So
transhuman on infantry.
the Racks got a big update here to just
Mm-hmm.
contextualize this a little bit. They got they lost their 5 up Funo Pain, but they gained a second wound, and their armor save is now
Okay.
5 up versus 6 up and a
Do they
6
have
up
a six
invuln.
up invuln? Ugh.
They do. Yes, they do. And a 5
It's
up save. So
T5 or T4?
T4, T4 2 wounds. The other change is
I
that
don't
they
like that
got
then.
their size changed to box sizes. So they have a size of 5, 8, or 10,
Okay.
and I think 8 is your sweet spot.
Interesting.
So right now,
Mhm.
the Codex points right
Seems
now
fine.
are you can do 5 racks for 70, 8 racks for 110, and 10
Mhm.
racks for 140.
Yeah, I think okay. Even with that, these feel more fragile than Marines, honestly.
They are. They
Even
absolutely
with
are.
transhuman.
And they have a little bit more killing power now, although to say that they have a little more on what was nothing last iteration.
Yeah, last time I remember, Rax literally didn't do damage.
No,
So
I think you can see like one unit in a real space raid. I think
okay.
this detachment is not that great, but let's get into it and talk about why.
All
So
right.
the first enhancement is Master
Mm-hmm.
Genesis. You get to add D3 plus 3 instead of D3 plus 1. That's Homunculus command
That's
phase
fine.
ability.
That's
That's
actually not
resurrection.
that good. D3
No,
plus 1 on a 5. Considering that you're running 5 to 10 mans and they're
yeah,
pretty fragile, D3 plus 1 is almost always going to get you things you want. Because what you want in a regen ability is you want the ability to stand behind a wall, lose some models were standing out on objective, regen them back onto the objective. And D3 plus 1 is enough for that. Or you want to be a tanky unit and regen a lot of stuff, but with 5 to 10 models, you're just not tanky. So I think that
yeah.
doesn't work for this.
If they have the Fiono pain, this detachment feels a lot better. Like if
Yep.
two wounds with a Fiono pain, even a 6 up. But
Oh,
all right,
yeah,
Master
no, that would help.
Genesene, Homunculus, who already has anti infantry 2 up, will get
Hmm.
anti beast 2-up and anti-monster 4-up.
Does he
Eh,
have dev wounds?
nope. And there's an
Cool.
attachment ability
Deeply
to
mediocre.
there's a stratagem to get dev wounds.
Okay, that's
And
not
but
bad then.
there's a lot of you're gonna hate it when I read it.
Okay.
Master Artisan. Um, this is probably the best one. Add 1 to his wound and add 1 to the toughness of guys
All right.
in the unit.
T5
So
is
you
a
get toughness
relevant
5.
breakpoint, so
Yep. The last one is his
they're still not
6-inch
tough.
bubble. You get to add 3 inches, and you
Hmm.
can also gain tokens from your own stuff dying or failing battle shock on a 4-up. Yeah.
All right, cool.
And yep. Let's get to the stratagems. The first one, post mortality, is
Homunculus.
you can get up and spend tokens for wounds you have remaining. That's
I
it.
don't
Like
like
if you
that
have,
you can't use this with no tokens.
no,
That's
yeah,
annoying.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's
Other armies just get one
fine,
CP and get back up.
but
Like, and you can
yeah,
only
it's
have
literally
3
just
homunculus.
worse. So
So,
okay.
um, Symphony of Suffering.
Um,
That
at
is,
fu- that's
mhm,
the worst timing on battle shock effects. That's
yep,
literally never relevant. The problem is that it doesn't do anything because they're gonna on battle shock on their turn.
yep. It's just take a battle shock at the end of the fight phase, and you had to have killed something.
Yeah.
Lame. Poisoner's
There's
Art
like
fight phase.
1 to 2 cases where this is relevant, but still don't like it.
This one's also bad. Poisoner's Art. If I hit you with a homunculus unit,
Hmm.
I spend this, and at the end of
Yep.
each command phase on a 4-up, you take D3 mortals for the rest of the game. That's it.
Okay.
It's just you have a 50% chance to take a
Mm,
D3 mortal for the rest of the game if you get hit by poison.
fine.
It doesn't work on vehicles either.
Uh
Now here's the one that
oh,
people
2 CP battle. Oh,
they have to be battle shocked. You read that correctly. 2 CP, you get dev wounds only if they're battle shocked. When
mm.
this goes off, it can be good because you can get racks with like 3 or 4 attacks, and they're all anti-infantry.
Yeah,
So
but
you get
that's
them on
not gonna
4 ups.
matter. You're just
No,
never gonna get to use this.
and you do like 10 dev wounds. Like it's
You're just
not like
never
the
getting to
output
use
of the
this.
unit isn't that great.
No.
Like,
Okay. Next
um,
one. Hour
mhm,
of Contempt. That's fine.
yep,
Also has to spend a pain token though, which is just
yep,
unnecessary. Cool. Also, like you have really bad armor save, so AOC isn't actually that useful here.
no, and it's just bad.
Mm,
Enfolding Nightmare, 1 CP. It's just you get to move
mhm.
closer. It's just a surge move of D6 for a Coven unit.
Okay. That is always good. That
It's
one is
good.
good.
Yeah.
Losing grotesque hurts this attachment a lot. I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like this.
There's, the key thing for these detachment, like this detachment, is looking at things that are like locked to your specific type or locked
Hmm.
to like a Coven unit. Like that Armor Contempt is is not locked to Homunculus. Like you could use it on Incubi.
I'm
The
gonna
problem is
be
it won't.
honest. I'm pretty sure that if you're trying to play homunculus spam, it's better in real space raiders.
Yeah, it's this. It doesn't feel good. Yeah, I think this
So
attachment is gonna get
that's
on
not a
rival.
great spot to be in.
Then we have Sky Splinter. Um,
Okay,
it's
what's
the exact
changed?
same. It's the
It's
exact same.
identical. Cool.
Yep,
It's
I added
still
new
very
permanents.
good.
It's still good. The issue you're
Yep.
gonna run to is that Incubi no longer reroll wounds.
No pro. Yeah.
And so because of that, I'm not super high on Sky Splinter. It has the issue of the detachments die and
Hmm.
you're out of ability. So,
Yeah, that's always been its problem. Is you lose your transports, you lose the game. So
and I just like
it's still good.
the rules and the other stuff more than this
Hmm.
one is where I'm at.
That's fair. I
So
think
we'll go ahead
this
and keep
army
moving.
is still strong though.
Yep.
This detachment, I mean. I don't know if the army's strong, but this detachment
Yep.
is a good detachment.
I just think when you're looking at detachments we already have between this and
Okay.
Reapers, like Reapers will come out on top every time.
Mhm. Mm, don't know if I
Now
agree with
let's
that.
look at we'll see, we'll
Kabalite
see. We'll get to
Cartel.
the data sheets.
Yeah,
Kabalite
okay.
Cartel. Now this is the one that people are mixed on because it has a whole
Hmm.
wall of text in the murderous agenda
All
rule.
right, I'm just
So
gonna read this.
yeah,
Let's
go ahead
see.
and read
Start
it,
of the
and then I
first
want to
battle
see
round.
your first take.
Masters the contract description. What the hell?
Yeah,
Okay, that unit is your contract. If it's destroyed, you gain 3 pain tokens. Nice. And you get, okay, so you select one contract. So it looks like you
unit.
only get one contract ever.
There is this. I'll tell you right now. There's a
Yeah.
stratagem, 1 CP, resets your
Mm-hmm.
contract in your command phase.
Okay, cool. Okay. This reminds me a lot of Beast, the weird Space Wolves one. You kill something, you want to kill a specific target, and then you get better against every other one of those targets for the rest of the battle.
So you just get the ability based on your target. The
Hmm.
only benefit you get to killing it is the CP,
Oh,
or sorry, not
oh,
the
okay,
CP, the three
gotcha.
tokens.
Yeah.
That's it. You just get the 3 tokens, and then you have
Hmm.
to reset your contract. So there's a couple ways of
Okay.
thinking about it. Is like I can go for my contract early, reset
Hmm.
it, or I can just keep like, okay, I'm playing against GSC. I'm going to choose your mining acolytes in the back, and I'm just going to
Yeah,
go against infantry the whole game, and I'll never kill them, and I'll just make sure I get my sustained ones. Um,
gotcha. Okay,
like
makes sense.
because the abilities work against anything
Hmm.
of the type, with the
Yeah.
exception of that precision one. The precision one is only into that character you choose.
Caballer Blades. I worry that Caballer Blades for hire is too limiting. That's my main concern
Um,
right now.
it's a lot of data sheets. And we'll
Okay.
talk about like what data sheets really like it.
Hmm.
There's also abilities in here that will impact more than just those units, right? But
Gotcha.
army-wide lethals into monsters' vehicles is really good for Drukhari.
Hmm.
Monster army-wide sustained into infantry mounts
Yeah.
is really good. Let's get into the
Okay.
enhancements.
So
The
it
first
looks
one is
like
Leech Bite.
you
Mhm.
can't stack these then. You can't have
No.
multiple abilities active at once. All right, I think of it
Yep.
like Invasion Fleet then.
Yep. I think that's the most similar comparison.
Yep.
The enhancements,
So
there's a
good.
couple that
Okay.
I'm super into. I think there's two
Archon
auto
gets a
takes.
3-up save. Good.
Yep.
Assuming
Ten
he's
one
still a
token,
Shadow
you
Field.
remain the wounds. Yep, I
That's
love it because
very annoying.
if you jank the shadow
Cool.
save the right way, you will never die.
Yeah, that's gonna
Like
be
just
annoying.
straight up.
All
Like
right.
if you know the math and you're just like, okay, I'm on the armor, I'm on the armor, I'm on the armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you only take the critical ones on the shadow field.
Yeah,
Like that's how you game it. But
that's an annoying
it's
one.
expensive, so I don't think you take
Yep.
it.
Yeah, fair.
Webway, all
Deep
this is
Strike.
deep start rapid ingress for free.
That's really
Good.
good. That's
Just straight
just
up
good.
good.
You're gonna take that in almost every list. Gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
10 Incubi and an Archon with this,
Yeah,
it's gonna slap. Because
that's
remember,
just
those
strong.
guys will all get lethal or sustained into their ideal target. The
Yep.
ingress for 0 CP ensures they
I
get
just
there.
saw the next one.
Yes. Oh, yeah. The three
Three
Kabalite and
Cavs.
or hand of the Archon.
That's auto take. All right, cool.
That's an auto take. Yep. And so there's two ways to think about this. I'm more on the three Kabalites, stand on the home, sticky, make
Hmm.
you come to me. The hand of the Archon's interesting. It's a 10-man Kabalite with a little bit of
Yeah.
extra sauce. I don't think they're that much better. The things that stand out to them here is
Hmm.
they can get a 5-up invuln and additional OC on a specific objective of their
Okay.
choice. They can actually be up to 4 OC a model on a specific objective.
It's kind of funny.
It's crazy, and they have
Yeah.
Scout 7. Scout 7
Hmm.
is the only reason you would put them in your list in
Ooh,
Infiltrate.
Infiltrate Scout 7 is really good. I like that a lot,
Yeah,
actually. Can they attach to
they don't stick.
Cavalites?
No, they're just
Okay.
it's a special Cabalite unit all of its own. It's the kill
Okay.
team. That's what it is.
Because I was
And then
thinking
last,
being able to get that and then get the sticky on for could be
you have to
really,
choose.
really good for going first.
You have to choose,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Oh,
That's why I lean more into just 3 cabs. Um,
Archon, plus
because
one
you can
leadership,
just
plus one OC.
it's okay.
Fine. If you have points, you'll
Yep.
take it.
Yep. Okay,
Hmm.
let's get into it.
Okay.
The stratagems is where the sauce actually is. Like you lethal sustained is good, just as a
Yeah.
flat line detachment rule. I
Yeah.
think the
That's just
sauce lives
strong.
in the stratagems here. Okay. You want to do the first one for us?
Okay. So first one, double cross. Select a Cavalite. Oh, this is Thieves of Pain.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Uh, oh, actually, no. It's only if your Drukhari unit is within
It's melee. Yeah.
engagement. Okay, so
It's
it's Thieves of
jankable.
Pain, but melee only.
Yeah. It's jankable with a
Um,
heroic, right?
yeah. Actually, this
Take
is
away the
closer to the
pylon,
sister
heroic.
strat.
I'm
Yeah,
wondering about
this is
interpretation on
closer to
this
the sister
myself
strat.
because
Hmm.
the target is until the end of the phase, right? The effect
Hmm.
is until the end of the phase you allocate to a
Yep.
Cabal or Blades for Hire unit.
I already know
Um,
what you're going to ask, and I know how this interaction works.
yeah, man. Like, can I just
Because
throw
it's
it all
Thieves
on
of
them for the
Pain.
one
No,
turn?
you can't. It
That,
works the same
yeah,
way as Thieves of Pain. So basically, if you would overkill,
yeah.
each one attack, even if it would overkill the other Drukhari unit, still overkills that other Drukhari unit. but each attack on if the next attack will then hit your original target. That's
Yep.
how it
And
works.
so there's one unit I have in mind
Hmm.
specifically to be the sponge, and it is a two-man Chronos.
Do they have a
Because
5
I see
piano
what the
pain?
Chrono fans. Yep, they do.
Cool. That's good
And
then.
if they stay at that 85 point
Hmm.
that we saw in the data slate, that is a really good cost for just
Yeah.
14 wounds of 5 up no pain.
85 points
I think
per one or per two?
for two. That was what we just saw in the latest Minotaur
For
field guide, and the
85 points on
Codex are
two
written at
models.
yeah. In the Codex are 110 for two, so we don't know what it's going to be. I think
That's wildly cheap.
I
All
think
right,
it could be
cool.
somewhere in the middle. Yeah,
That's
85 for two
wildly
means I'm
cheap.
taking six in every list. That
That's
I think
really
85
cheap.
for two is six in every list.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
Taken Alive.
Hmm.
This one is what people are hyper focused, or this one is just
Plus one to
you're going to use it every fight
hits.
phase. It's just plus one to hit.
Cool.
And then if it's a contract unit, you kill. Like if it's
Funny.
the contract unit, you
Hmm.
force army wide battle shock and get 3 CP. Or
Funny,
three
but
sorry, three tokens. That's fine.
admittedly, that second part
Um
is funny. That doesn't actually matter. It's just plus one to hit.
all right. Yep. And
It
Taylor
and
Toxins. Go
that
ahead and read this
sometimes
one.
generates you some pain tokens. Taylor
Yeah.
toxins, 5 up crits. You have lethal and
Only
sustained.
against only against the
Only against a
contract unit.
contract. Okay, so that's the reason why you target a unit that you actually want to kill.
Yep. So it takes careful planning to pull off, but
Hmm.
like there's some really cool combos here
Okay.
because Lady Malice can give lethal or sustain. She can
Hmm.
choose every fight phase. So you can have your incubi with her, five
Yep.
up critting, lethal and sustain.
Hmm.
Um, and it's Cabal or Blades for Hire. So this can go
Yeah.
on like your Ravager. Your Ravager with
Hmm.
Disintegrators can crit lethal or crit sustain on fives. And
Yep.
Ravagers now have full rerolls to hit against units that start at six.
Nice.
So there is some sauce there, especially like a deep striking Ravager ingressing
Hmm.
in, so it can move and shoot like say like a Bloodclaw
Okay.
unit or something. There's something to be said for that piece.
Mhm.
That one's gonna be difficult though because it's specifically for your contract.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
It's a good strat.
require careful play. Yep.
It's a good strat.
Um,
Enemies without
the threat of
number.
it.
Choose a contract. All right, cool. Good. This is the one we talked about earlier. This means that you
Yep.
can actually make the contract something you want to kill, and then you use
Yep.
Taylor toxins on it. Makes sense. Making a
The problem
point.
is it's an Archon Warlord, so yes, you have to have
Yeah.
one Archon Warlord just not do
Hmm.
anything. He
Yeah.
has to just stand there and wait. Or I
Yeah,
mean, if
because
it's your
if he's in a
contract and you
transport, you
choose,
can't target. Um,
yep. And the way to play around it is that
okay.
you're going to go for your contract, right? You know
Mm,
you're going to kill it. So get him out in advance, have him
yep.
go hit something or go do something so he's alive and waiting for when the contract's
Or
completed.
have your warlord be on the guy with the web whale, and then
Yep.
because you can target him while he's in deep strike.
Absolutely. I think that's
That's the other way to do it.
and the 10-man too that he's with,
Hmm.
there's a way to keep them alive, and we'll get to that here. And that's
Oh,
gonna be in our
18-inch
last
loan
one.
up. I see.
It's
Yeah,
18 inch
that's
blown
good.
up and deadly deceivers. That's what really
Always
makes this
strong.
detachment tick.
Hmm.
Um, and that's
Okay.
any cabal or blades for hire.
And then plus one ballistic skill, plus one AP. I'll say this: if Cabal or Hand of the Archon units do noticeable damage on their own, this detachment is the best one so far.
They won't. They kind of the Kabalites, the hand of
Okay.
the Archon doesn't do damage like that. I'll tell you that right now.
Hmm.
Kabalites have for their token, it's the reroll ones or reroll full wound rolls against targets on the objective. So they have the potential to do it. I think where this
Hmm.
comes
That's
in
not
is because
amazing.
an Archon
Hmm.
has full rerolls. If you put them with an Archon, it's full rerolls,
Yeah.
and then you're also lethal sustain, depending on your target, right?
Hmm.
So you can just fish, and then you also are now at ballistic skill like 2 or 3, depending
Hmm.
on like your weapon, and it's all going up in AP. There's also another unit that will grant an additional AP. So
Okay.
you can have splinter rifles at -2.
Okay. That's not bad. Any way to ignore cover?
Yep. Yes, but you're not going to do it. It's a
Cool.
Void Raven.
Ah, understandable. All right.
Yep, you're not paying
Cool.
230 buff.
So yeah,
All right,
if
and
you
now we
can
get
get
to
these things to do real damage, they're the best.
yeah, and so that's Kabalite Cartel. It's got
Hmm.
3 well-defined areas of being good, right?
Hmm.
I think it's gonna play like I'm gonna sticky early objectives,
Yep.
to make you come to me, and then I'm gonna pick my
Hmm.
engagements. I'm gonna leverage the Lone Op 18. I have shooting pieces that are gonna activate with the buffs, right?
Yep.
And kind of do it like that. That's how I see
Mhm.
this detachment working.
You have a lot of mobility, you have enough trickery to survive, and then you have a significant amount of damage boosting. So that makes me like it.
Yeah, so I think there's something there to it,
Mhm.
especially because like it
So
has a little bit of primary play. We
tell you this,
know
it's a lot better than a homunculus one.
that's a low bar. That's a low bar.
Yeah,
Okay, now I'm gonna
I
get to
know.
my favorite one. This is my
Which
favorite.
one?
I'll own the bias off the bat. This is Spectacle of Spite.
Okay,
This
so this is a fun one. I select one, roll two, combat drugs.
Yep.
Plus one attack, plus two move, plus one weapon skill, plus one toughness, plus one strength, and the one that's bad. All right, cool.
Is it bad?
Unless they have actual guns, yes, it's bad.
My brother, we have heat lances.
On which cult unit models?
Yes, Witch Cult is Hellions, Reavers, and Witches. So the Hellions have, if you go a six
Okay,
man, you have
that's
two
fine
heat
then.
lances.
Hmm.
What I like about this though is that you can choose one
I
at
assume
any
you mean
point. One,
Reavers.
yeah, Reavers. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
You choose one at any
Hmm.
point, but once you choose one, you can't choose it again.
Yeah.
But you could always roll two and get the benefits of
Oh,
two,
okay. So,
and it's
that's
every
better
command
than
phase.
I
So if
thought.
I'm
Okay. I
Yeah,
assumed
so
this was
like
like Vile.
say it's turn
Hmm.
one, and I'm like, I'm actually not going to go into combat. I'm not doing a lot of engagements.
Yeah,
I'm
just plus two
actually going to
move.
use I'm gonna use plus two move, or I'll use
Hmm.
my ballistic skill because I'm going to move my reavers up and try and pop a
Hmm.
rhino with hitting on two heat lances.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the use case there for that.
Hmm.
It also has like key breakpoints, right? I can get my Hellions to strength six, and they have
Yep.
lance. So strength six because I can choose that now.
Hmm.
I can do toughness four, witches, right? Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
cute things you can do with that. So I really like
Let's
it. I think there's
see.
potential for a lot of fun.
I think it's fine.
And then
Previously, Witch Cult units were not that very good. So if they've gotten better, then I think this is
all
pretty good.
three, all three got a major glow up. All three
Okay.
got a major glow up. Hellions are going to be a staple.
Nice.
Reavers uh, got their 8-inch advance back.
Okay.
They also
Fine.
got better combat.
Do they have
Witches
assault?
got much better combat. Yes, they do.
That is good.
Yep.
All right.
So
Succubus
mhm,
gets
another
Succubus.
drug.
Roll a d6. Oh, get an extra drug. It's a random one. Not amazing, but
It's
fine.
fun, but you're gonna see
Um,
the next three, and there's one that I
Fights
really enjoy.
first. No Overwatch. Plus one AP. Plus one
Plus one
damage.
AP and plus one damage, brother.
That's good.
You have a you have
Okay.
a seven attack. She's seven
Mm-hmm.
attacks with sustained one. She
Okay.
re-rolls hits and wounds
Mm-hmm.
into character
Characters.
models.
Yep.
Has sustained ones.
Mm-hmm.
And so now she's gonna go ahead and get armor pen what three
What's the
and damage
strength?
two. It's strength three because
Yeah.
it's a anti infantry three up.
Eh.
So
Seven
yep,
attacks, hit on two, sus one, reroll hits, reroll wounds. If you're going into infantry, that's quite good. If you're going into anything tougher than infantry, but that's a character, it's fine.
mhm.
Not amazing.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go into a knight or a tank, but as a
Hmm.
character, she has
She really doesn't
it's
want to go
good.
into a tank. A knight she'd be
No,
fine
no.
with.
So those are
No,
the
that's probably
three
bad
back half
actually.
enhancements. I think
Yeah,
if you take three succubus, those are just the three enhancements you put on them.
probably. Yeah.
I think it's just as simple as
Overwatch
that.
is good since they're super fragile. So,
Fights first is
mhm.
going to be an auto take, and there's a reason for that in the stratagems here.
Okay. So
And the
TCP. Oh,
strategy,
found death.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I think
Hmm.
this is I feel like GW does this thing where they print a book and they're just like, what broken thing can we figure out this time? Right?
Yep.
When I think about like Eldari, it's like the Yanari move. I saw that and I'm like, oh
Hmm.
my god, this is busted, right? I think the rule for Drukhari lies here, and I think people are overlooking it way too quickly. So I think we should start there, Kit, if you want to read a challenge met stratagem.
I just did read it.
Yeah.
Huh. Ended the opponent's movement phase. Ended a normal or that's much more annoying than reactive move.
It is insane. And Reavers have okay, not Reavers, sorry,
Hmm.
Hellions have reactive move on the data sheet.
Yeah.
So if you move within 9 of a Hellion unit, it will move D6, and then it has
Hmm.
the ability to charge you after.
Yeah. Though,
Yep. It's
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 annoying.
so good.
Yeah, that's why the
It's
fights
so
first is
good.
good then. Mm-hmm.
The fights first is good, Kit, and then there's another
That's
combo if you have the
annoying to play
CP.
around. And
Yep,
especially
and
because it's
then
end of the movement phase.
end of the
There's
movement
ways to
phase is so
mitigate that,
crazy.
but that's annoyingly good.
Now, Kit, let's say I have 4 CP. Go ahead and read
Mm-hmm.
Berserk Feud, that
Oh
first one.
no. All right, what's yeah, it's just fight on death.
Yeah. So if I have 4 CP, I will charge you, and I will
Mm-hmm.
fight you no matter what.
Yeah,
Just straight up. Good.
fine. Well, no, unless it's a vehicle, because then they just shoot you into combat and kill you in the shooting phase.
Yeah, there's there's that. Yes.
So exists.
But so that's
Or
really
sword
good.
bros with pistols.
Yeah, there's scenarios you don't want to do it, or
Yep.
you just like touch them from behind a wall. You know, they move
Mm-hmm.
too close. They play it bad.
It's a good
Um,
strat. This strat's
but it's just good.
annoying. Gonna be annoying
It's
to
so
deal with.
good. Just 10 witches running in there and saying
Mm-hmm.
like you don't get to charge even.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
End of the movement
and
phase is why I like this. If it
yeah,
was when they finish the move, it would be a good strat, but not incredible.
yeah,
The fact it's
you get to
end of
see
their
all the
movement
information.
phase, yeah, you get to see their whole movement, and the opponent doesn't. Because there's ways to play around this. It's very annoying to play around this if it happens at the end of the movement. You just basically can't end moves within 9 inches of them safely.
Yeah, and that means your move blocks now just move and
Hmm.
charge. Like
Yeah.
that is the part of this that I really enjoy, and all of the data
Hmm.
sheets getting much better is a huge part of that.
Yeah.
Both
This is a
Reavers
good
and
strat.
Hellions have Lance. Both Reavers and
Hmm.
Hellions have Lance. So no
Nice.
matter what they're wounding, you want
Yeah.
fives.
Ooh,
So let's look at the
fallback
other
shoot
ones
charge
here.
also. Just for
Yes,
anything. That's good.
yes. Fallback shoot and charge for one CP is
Hmm.
Feign Weakness. I like that one
Yep.
because it's Drukhari. It's not Witch Cults only.
Yeah, no, that's what I noticed.
Yep, and same thing with the above strat, Deadly Debut. It's if
Hmm.
you're Drukhari, you get lethal hits. If you're
Yep.
also a witch unit, you get AP increased by 1.
Okay.
Very good.
Solid. Hmm.
Um,
Preternatural agility. Ignore mods. Move. Start movement or charge phase means that you. This makes it very hard to move block.
yep, that's exactly right. The move
Hmm.
blocks. If you're like, hey, I see
Yeah.
your stratagem to charge me at the end of your movement phase, I'm just gonna move block you. I
Okay.
don't care. I
I
just
like
move over
this.
you. Yep.
Yeah, I like this. Cool.
And the last one
The
is acrobatic display, just a 5 up invuln on you shooting a witch unit.
you
Probably never
do
gonna be better.
have. Yeah, it's fine. It's not great. Your other strats are so strong and they're
Yep.
so expensive that you desperately need to save it for that.
Yep, I think there's 3 strats you're gonna play here. I think it's the fight on
Hmm.
death, a challenge met, and the deadly debut. I think those are
Okay.
the ones you're gonna spam. I think deadly debut is really good on
Yeah.
like incubi as well.
Hmm.
It's an again I want to say Lady Malice because now she gets lethal
Yep.
sustained, right?
I'm gonna go
Um,
start reading data sheets for the witches and
yep.
succubus because I'm curious now. All right,
Okay, so
Lilith.
let's start with Lilith, right?
Okay.
Um,
Anti-infantry precision +2. No more reroll hits. Big nerf.
no, that's a
But
big
fights
nerf.
first.
She gets fights first. Her unit still
Hmm.
goes if you use the token, the unit goes
Yep.
up in strength and AP. And
Okay.
remember again, they
Yeah, so you
can
can get to
potentially go
strength
up another
5.
strength. They
Hmm.
can go up another strength to strength 5. They can also go up
Yeah.
another AP with deadly debut.
Yeah. So okay, that's the point where strength 5 is annoying, even
Yep,
for
and she may
non-infantry.
right, and she may
Hmm.
not have full rerolls, but she also has access to lethal.
I do
Put her
worry
in.
that
Mhm.
detachment is going to have a vehicle problem.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think the shooting is something that's going to be
Hmm.
looked at, but also when we get to the Hellion data sheet, you can decide.
Okay.
So look at the succubus really quick. She's anti-infantry 3 up,
Yep.
sustain 1 for the
Good.
unit.
Hmm.
The key thing here is that her pain ability procs in both movement and charge phase. She can reroll either advance or a charge. The which one is charge phase only. If you do it, they get to advance and charge. So if you have a succubus with a witch unit, right? You spend 1 CP in the charge phase, they will advance and
Hmm.
charge and get their reroll to charge. So you get to
Yep.
double dip that.
Okay. Nice. Ooh, it's
Um,
charge and turn when you advanced or fell back, actually. It's even better.
yep. And
Also, the
then
ooh, hold on. Wait a minute.
CP game.
Wait. I just noticed something.
What's
The gladiatorial weapons on witches. That
Yes,
that's
yes, you
new.
see it now. Yeah,
That's
that's
okay.
the big
Up to 3, so that
15.
also yeah, that also does a fun thing now where you get the all right, cool, 4 of my models are doing 80% of my damage.
Yeah.
Between the succubus, the 3 gladiatorial weapons, and the power weapon. You've got
Yeah, and
6 models that it's like, all right, cool, I lose them. I don't lose much damage output.
yep, and this is the AP goes high here, right?
Yep.
Like you use
Yeah,
the
you can boost that AP
WW,
really high.
they get to AP3. If they're with
Hmm.
Lilith, they get to AP4.
Yep.
That's great. Um,
AP4 is the point where it's a problem for most things.
yep, and that's 20 attacks at AP4 from the unit, not
Hmm.
counting the succubus.
Yep.
Right? That's a good amount. Um,
Still very fragile.
yeah. I mean they're witches,
Hmm.
but they are OC2 and they hit harder now, which makes them really appetizing.
All right.
While we're on the cult, do you want to head down to the Hellions and Reavers?
Yeah, sure. So far, I think I like either the Kabalite or the which one the most?
Mhm.
Reavers. Oh, all of their guns have assault. That's good.
All of them. They
Uh,
also do the mortals on an advanced roll now. They used to not be
yep.
able to do that.
Okay. Quick question for you.
Yeah,
Why would you ever take a blaster?
you don't. You don't.
Cool. Glad we're on the same page here.
You don't.
All right.
Just the world.
Auto advance 8. That's really annoying. That makes these things move 24 inches.
Yep, 24, possibly 26 in the witch cult.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get
Mm,
to sit there, shoot you, and then charge in
yep.
your movement phase.
Well, they can't charge the same turn. They charge in the
No, they
opponent's turn.
can't. They charge in the opponent's movement phase,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's
But they'll still
play
get their land.
aroundable, but that's annoying.
Mhm.
All right. They don't do enough damage for me to be seriously concerned about it.
No. They're good at killing like
On the
guardsmen,
charge, but
which is what I need. Like if
yeah.
there's like a unit on a back objective, they run
Hmm.
up there, they wait until the movement phase and then charge in, right? I think their biggest benefit is the
Ooh.
mortals and then move
Also, I
bombing
just
and
read
having
what the
two
Grav Talon
defenses.
did, so I
Yeah, it's
actually like
interesting.
their. Okay, so I changed my mind. Their melee is more real
Yeah. Two of them
than
can
I
take grab
thought.
talons.
Oh, it's the bear's melee weapons. It's not the unit. Okay, fine.
Nope, it's just the bears.
That's fine. You
So
just
it's
put
it's
it
fun.
on the same one that has the heat lance, and you say, "Hey, these are my 2 favorite models. The rest of them I don't care about."
Yep. Yep, these are my 2 favorite boys. Whoever
Yep.
has the heat lance has the power in this unit.
Yep.
I just love the, like, "Hey, it's a heat lance. It's gonna be hitting on
Hmm.
2s with Splinter Mind. After I move 28 inches, I'm handing you 2 shots at -4, ignore cover." Like,
Yeah.
they can just blow up a rhino real good. Like, that's
Yeah.
what they need to do. And
Honestly, I
that
actually hmm.
Mhm.
Mm. I'm thinking about like how do I get rural ones to hit on these things?
Reaper's
Because hit
Wager,
on
brother.
twos with no rerolls is annoying.
No, I mean, you can do Reaper's Wager, and in
Hmm.
Reaper's Wager, they'll get reroll 1s, but they'll hit on 3s. But the
Yeah.
benefit of that is you can advance the charge in Reaper's Wager.
Yep. Yeah. Reaper's Wager seems also very good here.
Reaper's Wager really loves Reavers.
Yep.
Like, they advance in charge, they can
Hmm.
ignore Overwatch there. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff for them there.
Yep. All right.
Let's
So
look at
let's.
Hellions.
I also just looked at Raider.
Oh, the Raider. Yeah, let's talk about the Raider then. Okay, so do you
Raider's
see
interesting.
the Raider has different abilities now depending on what's
Yeah.
inside of it.
Yeah, I see.
The Raider got a huge glow up.
So sticky or plus the rack thing. Funny.
The rack, it's funny. I don't think it's good. Like
I mean, look, you
it's
get D3 plus 13 attacks. That is entertaining.
yeah. Is that better than just having the racks get out and attack? Who knows?
Sometimes.
It still hits on
Each
4s.
time witch disembark. Ooh, okay.
That's the one. The
That's good.
6-inch disembark for
That's
witches.
good. Yeah.
The other thing we'll see here on the data sheet is the go up to the disintegrator cannon.
Hmm.
If you look at the top, you see we
3 attacks
changed it.
on threes at 6 minus 32. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what this did previously. So I'm
It
just looking
was
at what this does now.
it was 5. I believe it was 522.
That's bad.
Yeah,
632. I don't know if that's better than a Dark Lance still, but it's
it's
interesting.
it's real on a Ravager when you have 9,
Yeah, true.
and
Mm,
they have lethal sustain. if they're in Kabalite, because they're Cabal units, so you can get lethal sustained fives with 9 of those shots at full rerolls because it's a
Why?
Ravager.
How do you get lethal and sustained?
No, you have to choose one depending on your contract target.
Oh yeah, then I still want dark lances.
It's the full rerolls. I think one, if you're taking Cabal,
Yeah.
like Kabalite Cartels, I think one Ravager
Hmm.
with 3 disintegrator cannons, I think you put that in there.
How do you get full
Otherwise, I think
rerolls?
it's on the data sheet for the Ravager.
Oh, that's starting strength. Okay, cool.
Yep. Um,
That's fine. Yeah, good.
yep. So the
Um,
Raider, the big thing is the 6-inch disembark for witches.
how many
Gives them
points
a
is a
lot more.
Ravager in Index?
Ravager in Index is 100. In Codex, it is 125. So
At 100,
I
I think
think
I like it.
at 100, it's good. It
Yeah,
also has deep strike.
that's
That's
just
the
pretty
other
cheap.
big thing with the. Yep.
Hmm.
The Venom didn't change much. Still does the split.
It
Um,
still, yeah, still lets things hop back inside of it, so still strong.
yep. Yep.
Give you the, they can disembark after advance. Yeah, that's fine. That's not actually very good.
No, the glow down
Comes
with the
up.
Venom comes from the Kabalite data sheet because we
Hmm.
gave the Kabalite sticky objective to the Raider. So that
Yeah,
means Kabalite no longer sticky from inside the Venom.
right. Yeah.
So that's like the biggest issue with the Venom
Hmm.
going from Index to Codex. I think the Raider is just
Yep.
that much better in general as an all comer now,
Hmm.
with all those different rules that you probably don't want to take Venoms anyway.
Raiders are, I mean, maybe. Honestly, I'm not sure about that because Raiders still have the problem that they had previously, which is they are large, making them hard to hide if you've a lot of them, and they are noticeably more expensive. But
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
the size is the biggest problem with Raiders.
they are tough to hide. I think the 6-inch disembark for witches though is that much
Hmm.
better.
My
Um,
guess is you will see like two Raiders, but not more than that.
Also, they deep strike too, so you don't actually have to start them. They can be like
Hmm.
your turn 2 ingress piece, and
Yeah,
then
but you don't
witches
want
get
to
out
do
the
that.
dice. No, that's not what they're for. But
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
all right, let's look at Hellions. Let's scroll down a
Hmm.
bit.
All right. Hellions, Hellions, Hellions. Where are these Hellions? Here we are. 14th move. Empower for +1 strength, +1 attack. That's not bad. Hmm. Reactive move. 3 attacks. On threes at 4/1/2. Lance sustained. Not bad. So you get 30 attacks, hit on threes, sustained hits. No rerolls. Strength 4, Strength 5, AP 1, damage 2, sustained hits, Lance. How many? I'm just thinking through damage profile into variety of targets. 30 attacks, 20 hits. No, 26, 25 hits. Hmm.
Yeah, and most
Wound.
attachments, like the Witch
Yeah.
one and the Reaper's Wager, the one that wants to use them the most, they have
Hmm.
access to lethal hits for
Yeah.
CP. So you can get lethal sustain. I
Hmm.
think those are the two detachments that really make them shine. Reapers because advance and charge, and they
Hmm.
can also reroll ones to hit. Witch because the combat drug breakpoints are
Yeah.
insane for Hellions. Getting them to strength 6 lance just does wonders for their damage output. Into like
Yep.
this is what you do for your tough. This is your toughness 11, toughness 10 breaker
Hmm.
for your witch bolts.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not a 2-up armor of contempt target.
Yes.
That's their biggest issue.
Yeah. Armor of Contempt, good saves in general. Honestly, even just a 2-up save, no AOC, is
Yeah,
very annoying to deal with.
yeah, you have to use the witches for them. Use the succubus. I think that when in my theory crafting, I'm coming up with the
Mhm.
idea that like the infantry that abuses that will get taken care of by witches,
Yeah.
and the pieces that have that like as a big piece, you
Hmm.
can play around it a bit. Is what I'm thinking. Talking about like land raiders, land
Hmm.
forts, right? You can touch. There's ways to play around those pieces and get to them
Hmm.
without necessarily having to force a 10-man Hellion into them and hope it kills it.
The concern is things like Grey Knights, I think. I think Grey Knights is a hard matchup
Grey
for
Knights
that
could present a
list.
problem. Yeah, Grey Knights can present a problem. I
Yeah.
think this is where you start to think about trying to add in something like this is where Lady Malice plays into that detachment because she has a
Hmm.
12-inch Vect aura. So if
Yeah.
suddenly that AOC costs 2 CP and it's out
Hmm.
of reach, that makes them a lot more effective.
I also hot take. I think in Witch Cult you take 3 Ravagers.
I was thinking that as well. They don't
That's my
require pain
immediate
tokens.
impression. They don't need
They
paid
don't require.
tokens. They don't need anything, and they kill vehicles.
Yep.
You're already shredding infantry, but vehicles are
Yep.
a problem. Ravagers help solve that,
I think between
and
them
fallback
and the
shoot.
heat lances, yeah. And the other thing I love with the Hellions is they have a lot of synergy with that detachment, the reactive
Hmm.
move into a charge, right? Lance,
Yep.
um, the number of attacks that is, and strength
Hmm.
changes, and you can add on to that, so you can just like have a bucket of attacks or
Yep.
high strength or hit on twos or all the above.
Hmm.
And then the subtle change I really like with this book is that the Phantasm grenade launcher now gives them smoke keyword. So no
That's
matter where
nice.
they are, they
Hmm.
can get -1 to hit and cover.
Yeah.
And they
I
also get a
am
glow up on their
noticing
save. They're a 4 up save instead of a 5 up that they were in the index.
that helps. I
Mhm.
also noticed that scourges with heavy weapons seem to be unchanged, so you might take those
Yep,
instead of Ravagers,
exactly the same. They are
depending on
just
points.
pain token hungry. Oh, the other thing with Hellions, they gain
Hmm.
deep strike. Huge win for them.
That's
Gaining
nice.
deep
That
strike.
means you can aggress them.
Yep.
Then they
So
actually
the
kind of
scourge.
like it.
Yep, the scourge also gain their token. I know we're
Hmm.
focusing. I want to focus on one more unit before we go back to Archon and kind
Hmm.
of go through it chronologically. One more
Yeah.
unit that I is not a witch unit, but you
Hmm.
need to make that detachment work is Mandrakes. So if you scroll up just
Let's
above the
see.
Mandrake
Matrix.
new
Here we are.
rule, people are not happy because you have to pay the token for the up and down.
But
I think that's fine.
you have 18-inch will not natively. That's nice.
I think that's better than the up and down. I'll be honest.
It's different. Given the fact you still have access to up and down makes me agree.
Yeah, because I don't have to use it. That's what I like about it.
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of the times when you're playing with 2 units of Mandrakes that are they're just like, okay, I'm gonna pick them up, and they're
Yep.
just gonna screen. I'm gonna pick them up, and they're
Hmm.
still gonna screen,
Yep.
right? I'm
The
like
more
the more
open your board is, the better these are.
yes, and so having the thought process here is that they can stand on an objective, 18 away, and your witches can be a move block that charges ahead, and then it keeps them safe
Yeah.
because
Also,
we
you
don't
can
have
also
loadout.
do the, all right, cool, mandrakes come out. We lure the opponent out, and then the witch cults hit them really hard. The
Yep,
standard approach
like
there. So I like it.
yeah. So I think that they're still really good.
Yep. I
But let's
think
go
you
up to the
probably take
top.
two
Let's start.
units, maybe one,
Yeah, I think two is
probably
the
two.
number. Um, and let's go to the top. Let's start. Let's go back to the Archon here and go through some of the data sheets here that are not witch
Okay.
um, that we're
Let's
gonna see.
see. Kabalite warriors. Still basically look the same.
Are you
They
talking about
have
the
the
Cabalites or the
legionnaire
Archon?
rule.
Oh yeah,
Kabalites.
the Cabalites. Yep.
Basically the same. Plus one OC is nice. OC3 is actually a lot. Mm.
What the problem is that you have to make a choice there. If you
Hmm.
take that, you don't get the grenade keyword,
Do
and that's
Archons
where
not
I'm
have
like,
grenade?
no, they don't.
Okay. Mm,
So that's where I'm iffy on that.
you could do either.
Also, it's a split unit, so
Hmm. You could do either. I'm not
you
mad
know,
about
I
either.
think like having a OC what 15 5-man unit is really funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I like it as like, all right, cool. That you have your one unit that's OC 15, you have your other unit that has all the damage.
yeah,
The OC 15 can run out and take a point. The big unit just hops in and out of venoms
yeah.
all
So
day
like
long.
if you move a Venom and your 5-man 15 OC, it's like I just
Hmm.
tied your 2 knights on the objective,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
They're 8 each.
So I like
Yeah.
that.
So that's
Hmm.
the Archon himself. If we go back up to him,
Yep.
he got to glow up in the damage. He has the shadow. Was it
Hmm.
shadow trap now? Shadow no soul trap. So he adds one to attack and strength of all his characteristics.
Yeah.
He gains an additional attack and strength if he kills something. The biggest thing is the husk blade. It's dev wounds,
Okay.
damage 3.
Yeah. So 5 attacks at 4, 2, 3 dev wounds. That's annoying. Yeah, it's pretty
Yep.
good. And because mostly
Um,
because you can attach him to Kabalites to get the reroll wounds.
Absolutely. That's the biggest thing there. He gets reroll
Yeah.
wounds, so like a 5-man with him just kind
Okay.
of hits a little hard. He no longer does
Honestly,
the Vex, but he does the reduced CP
fine.
cost, and then the Overlord ability is
Hmm.
incredibly relevant for us because of all the
On battle
transports.
shock. Yeah.
Unbattle shock. That means like in heroic after my transport gets blown up, like
Hmm.
all those things.
Yep. I like it. I think the Archon's good. I think in the
Yep.
Cabal detachment, you take 3 Archons and don't ask further questions.
Yep. I think you can start with two. I think when we get to Malice, I think she's an auto take in most armies. So
Yep.
um,
Uh,
scrolling down, we've covered all these
honestly,
data sheets. Let's get
that thing hits so hard with Capalites that I'm
yeah.
hard pressed not to do it.
Hand of the Archon. So here's our special kill team
Hmm.
boys. Like this is the first like new unit here. They
Yep.
have to stay in the 10-man kit. That's the thing that I'm like losing my
Hmm.
mind over. They don't get split up. If they could be split up,
Eh,
I think I would take three.
I would take one unit of these just to infiltrate for the infiltrate scout combo, and they actually have
Yep.
like decent damage looking at it. Not amazing still,
It
but decent.
it's not great. It's just like a Kabalite
Well,
squad
maybe. How many points are
with,
they?
with their Codex points because they only have Codex on
Hmm.
them. Where are they? They're 130, so they are
I'm
priced
no
at
longer taking a unit of them.
they're priced at if the holds true, they're gonna be 15 more points than Kabalites. And the question is, are you willing to spend 15 more points than Kabalites for a unit that can't split up and just has Scout
Oh,
7
hold
on
on,
it?
hold on. Capitalites are
Mhm.
115?
In the book. In real life and
Okay.
index, they're 100.
All right.
So if we see similar trends, like
Yeah.
if they're just saying the Hand of the Archon's 15 more
Hmm.
points than Kabalites at base cost, that's where I have an issue with it. Um,
Yeah. Maybe.
even for the scout play, I'm like, is that worth it?
It's interesting. It's interesting. I'd have to play with it. I can't because the
Yeah,
problem is I can't evaluate how much damage this unit does in the Cabal detachment just off their data sheet,
they're weird. I
and
think
that's
there's
the
a play where
question.
you can in the Cabal one, you say, okay, I'm gonna do the character, I'm gonna scout them up
Hmm.
and snipe a character out for easy contract kill early. Like, I think there's something to it.
Yeah.
I think at current, if I think you're gonna be strapped for points in the
Mhm.
in the cuteness of that play rather than just being like, I'll take Scourge instead.
To be clear, my immediate impression is you never take this unless you're in the Cabal detachment.
Yeah. Oh, that's 100% the case.
Hmm.
We'll never see play in another detachment.
Yep.
Um,
All right.
all right, we have Drazar, Incubi.
Mm-hmm. Drazar,
Um,
+1 to wound, still good. 6
yep,
inch
he
pump
gained
is
an
all
attack.
very annoying.
He gained one attack and dev wounds
Mm-hmm.
on each of his profiles.
Okay,
He lost when linked
good.
on his sweep profile.
Mm-hmm.
He still gives +1 to wound, cost a token, but the things he has
Yep.
now is if you're below starting strength, he rerolls hits. If you're
Mm-hmm.
below half strength, rerolls wounds. Just him.
Yeah.
But he also gives his unit fight pile 6, which is
Do
super
he
good.
or Incubi have grenades? No. Yeah.
No.
Okay. If they did, I would like that rule a lot more.
No, but you have tank shock, and they're gonna get out of a
Mm.
transport. So there's
Eh.
ways to do it. He is a blade for hire, so he
Mm-hmm.
does get lethal sustain into the right
Yep.
targets. He can still get lethal in witch
Mm-hmm.
detachment. Like there's juice here with
Yeah.
him. He's still just good.
Mm-hmm. Incubi,
Bottom line.
uh,
You have strength 5 now, Kit.
Devons, Force Spell Shock test. Strength 5 is a lot better than Strength 4, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah,
Okay. These seem
and
good.
they're much better.
Yeah.
Just getting dev wounds in infantry.
Hmm. If
Um,
they stay the
no,
same points, they're good. If they get a lot more
yeah.
expensive, I don't like them.
They also get a token now, similar to Aspect Warrior, so you can
Hmm.
force one through.
Yeah, flip a
This just
6.
has Yeah,
Good
this
with
just has good
Devons.
wording because you can't use it on the character that joins them.
I
So,
see. Yeah.
yep. So
Probably
it
for the
has to be
best.
on them. Yeah, it is better. But Flip a Six is just gonna be flat good, especially when you have dev wounds.
Yep.
Um,
Always strong.
okay, so we have a Homunculus here. I think
Hmm.
you take him for one ability on his data sheet and one alone, and that's the Pain Adept. Just in the command phase, if he's in your army on a 4 up, you get a token.
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
How many points
He's
is he?
he's currently at 70. If that he may drop to
If
60 because that's index points.
okay. Um,
Um,
I don't know if I take that. In Realspace Raid, I do. Outside of that, I
yeah,
don't
real
think
space
so.
raid. I think him and like 5 racks walking around
Hmm.
is decent. I just like
Yeah,
flipping a little thing here and
that's
there,
what I'm
force
thinking.
like trying to force a battle shock, being cute to
Hmm.
initiate trades.
Yep.
Um, let's look at the racks. Do the next one.
Racks. Okay. You can get them to 4 attacks a model. That's
Yeah, and they're
kind of
still
funny.
not gonna be good. That's the issue. They're still not gonna be
uh,
good.
I mean that's the point where you're killing some chaff. So,
Yeah, I'm still
because
wounding Termagants by
I
force.
mean, it gets
I
you
said that,
what
yeah.
20 attacks, hit on threes, wound on threes, reroll. That's good.
No, it's wound on 4s, anti-infantry 4 up into
Yeah, but it's strength four.
yeah, into, like, Termagants, but, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not into them. It's interesting because they force battle shocks.
Hmm.
Um,
That seems
I
fine.
think that's kinda funny, but they're okay.
Hmm.
Witches we already looked at, they're good. Looks like I'm looking at Lady
This
Malice,
unit is
and
worth probably 65 points per five or
yeah,
70.
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah,
They can be
65,
taken at
70
8
for
man,
per five.
and so if they get pointed
Hmm.
right, the 8-man size is really intriguing.
Okay.
But we have to see what the points come out being.
Yeah, I would say 65 to 70 per five, and I like them. If they're like 80 plus per five, you stop running them.
In
If
the
they're cheaper than that, if they're like 60 per five, we actually have some interesting options available
in the
because
book, they're
that's
70
cheap.
for 5. They're
Okay.
70 for 5 in the book.
What's the current price right now? Index?
I believe it's 60. I'm trying to remember.
If they say 60, I think you actually start taking a lot of these because that's the point where you
Yeah,
can start having decent melee.
they're interesting. It's gonna be points for them. They're just always gonna
Hmm.
disappoint you. Just get used to it. Um, so Lady Malice,
Hmm.
she's a better Archon in combat.
All
She
right.
has Dev Wounds, damage
Dev
3.
wounds, nice. Six attacks always.
Yep.
Get, but no Duros. Actually, no, because Kabalites. So yes, wound rerolls. Nice.
Yep.
What's the Archon's ability? Hit rerolls?
Hit rerolls for the token. She
Okay.
gives sustained or lethal.
Those are
It
similar.
makes her Yep, it just makes her fun
Hmm.
in the Kabalite detachment because
Yeah.
whatever she attaches to, she'll give the
Yeah, you
other
get
half of the
both.
rule.
Hmm.
Yep. So if she's with Incubi,
Yeah.
I like her with the 5-man Incubi. Um,
Hmm.
and so you kind of just get both there,
Yeah.
or
That's fine.
you put her with Kabalites. You can do it in the shooting
Um,
phase.
3-unit redeploy,
Yep.
medium.
I mean,
Mainly
that's
it
also
gives you
another
drop
reason to take.
control. So,
Yeah, that's another reason to take Hand of the Archon
mhm.
in Cabal detachment because she can just redeploy them.
I will say you do take this guaranteed in the Archon detachment, just every time.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
redeploying infiltrating units is very fun.
Oh, absolutely. I
Redeploying,
think that.
mhm.
Mhm. Yeah,
Especially
I think.
infiltrating scouting units. That's even better.
Oh yeah. Mine like a steel trap is why you take her in every detachment.
Oh, Vect, okay. So, oh,
Yep,
depending on
we still have
points.
it. Right now, she's way too costly.
Okay.
She's still good, but the book has
This
her
is
listed
worth
at 115.
90,
Yeah, I think she'll come down to 90
95.
to 100 is the
Yeah.
hope. She
Mhm.
has a field note paying 5 up. I don't know what that's going to do for her because
Five
she actually
wounds,
doesn't
4 up
have a meta
info,
field.
T3. Yeah. Makes her like vaguely annoying to kill.
Yeah,
Only vaguely.
but she's good. I love the Vect, like just having her with 5
Hmm.
incubi standing by, like getting in and out of
Yep.
a venom for safety, right? Like
Hmm.
that's how I see her. Or
Yeah.
she's with Kabalites, they shoot
Hmm.
and harass, and then she provides the Vectora and is like kind of hitty
And
herself.
can
You know?
toss melee out. Yeah. Okay. I like it.
Yep.
Vector is usually better on melee pieces, so
Yep.
that does imply thank you. All right. What are these new scourges with shark carbides do?
All
6
right.
inch deep strike.
They
That's what they do.
6-inch deep strike is their
Oh, and
enhanced token
+1
ability,
AP.
and +1 AP is the real thing. That is
Only for
huge for
shooting locked,
lances.
but still
Yeah, it's
good.
shooting locked. Huge for
Hmm.
lances, huge for splinter weapons, especially in the Cabal detachment.
I like this
Pushes your
unit.
disintegrators to AP 4.
I like this unit. You still
They
get a
also have
blaster,
yep,
so.
you still get one blaster,
Hmm.
um, and a blast pistol. The other key thing here is they deep strike 6 and they have grenade keyword.
Yeah. 6 inch deep strike with this 6 inch range blast pistol means that's not doing anything.
Yep.
So I find that very
No, that's not.
funny.
Uh, they also have a decent amount of attacks, like 3 shots each on the shard carbine. Like
Hmm.
that adds up when you have like sustained lethal and it's
Yeah,
anti-infantry. Like it's not
legitimately, I
nothing.
think legitimately, I think you actually don't replace it on the character. I think you just do all shard carbines with
No,
one blaster.
you do shard carbines,
Yeah.
and one blaster. They're pointed at
Hmm.
80 right now, which I think is priced to move.
That's aggressive. Yeah. That's a. I don't know if you take more than one.
I
You
think 2.
might take
I
two.
think 2 is a good number. I
I
think you
would
deep strike
start with
1
one,
and 1's on the board.
unless yeah, I would start with one and then consider moving up,
It depends on your build. I
depending.
think the
Hmm.
lances really like it. I think disintegrators really like them. Like the
Hmm.
AP4 breakpoints are really
Yeah,
good. And the only way to ignore cover is with a Void Raven, and you're probably not going to do
probably not.
that.
Let me look at the
We
Void
already looked
Raven
at
because I'm
Reavers.
curious. Let's see. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, we've got Talos and Kronos left, and then I think we've looked at everything aside from the
Okay,
Raven.
so we did Reavers, Raider,
Hmm. Yep.
Ravager. We did look at the Ravager. We talked about it.
Yep.
Its pain token is like it can give
Hmm.
out -1 to hit to a unit, so you don't need to use that. Just use your
Yeah.
full hit reroll, hit
Yeah.
the
Don't
thing
worry
with the
about that.
Ravager. Yeah,
It's a
and
hundred
just
points, so that's good
yep. Talos. Let's
if
look at
it stays
Talos.
a
They're the
hundred
biggest.
points.
Yeah, if it stays 100.
Hmm.
Talos got a big change just because that's a unit
Okay.
that loved the full rerolls.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
all their melee and their shooting has been changed. A lot of it has a +1 to hit now. Like
Okay.
the there's no rerolls to hit anymore, right?
Hmm.
Outside of Reaper's Wager. So
I'm
now the
noticing a
Haywire
lot of
Blast
this hits on
hit on
threes,
threes.
though. Yeah.
Yep, hit on threes now,
Hmm.
which is
I'm
just
noticing a lot
much
of the
better.
codexes like that, actually. Just hits on threes natively. And I
Yep,
think that's a better change.
yep. They get an additional pain token when they kill
Because.
something. I think that we now take the chain flails or what? No, the two
Hmm.
macro scalpels, because they hit on threes versus the gauntlet hits on fours.
Yep.
And that gives them twin linked.
Let's see. So that gets you 5 attacks
Hmm.
at 722 twin linked. That's fine, not amazing. You can do
Nope,
2 macro scalpels, and you lose basically the flamer.
liquefier.
Yeah,
Yeah, just lose liquefier.
yeah, you probably take 2 scalpels. I agree.
Yep. Especially when you look at its pain ability, it's
Hmm.
just one CP, one pain token, and it fights on death on move up.
Okay, fine. You're gonna roll the one at some
Yep.
point, and we'll be very sad about
You.
it.
Yep. They're
Yep.
interesting. I think again, this is a Reaper's Wager unit more than anything, like giving them
There's
reroll ones to hit
Is this
and
unit
advance the
also like
charge.
just unreasonably cheap, by the way?
It's they're the same points before. It's gonna be 80 for one, 160 for two. So
Okay,
not really.
that's fine. So no. All right,
Yeah,
Kronos. These are the things that are
they got to go up.
unreasonably cheap.
Yes.
Shooter fight phase. When you select a shooter fight, if it's killed a model, you heal 3 wounds. If or regen 1 model with three
Oh yeah.
wounds. That's annoying. They don't do much
And
damage,
they're
but that's
no, but their
annoying.
combat got better. They're
Yeah.
now anti-infantry 2 up, so they can
Yeah,
actually
so that's
like
12 attacks. That's just a lot of wounds for the aggressive price.
yep, and they still do the 4 up. If you don't take
Hmm.
both guns on them, they still do a 4 up pain token regeneration. So they still have a vital job.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, like I would just take a bunch of these and use them aggressively, not
Yep,
worry about
that's what
it.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it's 85
If it's
points for 2,
85,
I'm
yeah.
taking 6.
Yeah, you just take 6 and use them aggressively.
You're just taking 6. Yeah.
Hmm.
You're starting the trade wars, and that's also where like Real Space Raid
Yeah.
gets a little bit more interesting because I can -1 damage them.
Yep. Yeah,
Um,
that's just annoying to
yeah.
clean through.
But they're decent. They're much better, I think
Okay.
now. Hellions we talked about,
Hmm.
Mandrakes,
Codex seems
Race. Now
fine.
we're
It
on the
does have
Flyers now.
yeah. Okay. Do any of these
Yeah,
matter?
no.
Let's see.
No, they
Cool.
don't.
Strips
Um,
cover. Fine. Void Raven. It has. I mean, okay. The Void Raven like has does damage. It's not a fake
Yeah,
amount of damage.
it's again not getting full rerolls. So the two
Yes.
dark sides look less appetizing. It
Hmm.
is cuter now that you can get these to AP5.
Yeah.
Um, but sure,
Mm,
it's just a big bomber. I actually think I'd like the Razor Ring more here, just because it has more reliability and adding one of the hit roll. And then
mm,
the -2, the
yeah.
token ability for that one, I feel like is much more real.
Harassment
Like I would spend a
token,
token for
minus
-2 to
two
movements
move.
you move and charge
Okay.
more so than I would to strip cover.
Given that you are an aircraft, it is handy because you can
Yeah.
hide in weird. You can like shoot things that are hiding in weird places, unless
Now,
it's a
will I
transport.
ever take these over Ravagers or Scourge?
Harder sell.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
that's
Paint
that's the
token's going to
book
be
there.
interesting. It's interesting
Yeah.
because there's a lot of these units that rely on paint tokens, so I think there's a very easy trap a lot of people are going to run into, where they are taking a bunch of units that all need paint tokens to function, and then they're going to
Yeah.
just collapse under their own weight.
Yeah, and that's where I think like a unit like Ravagers or I think Hellions
Hmm.
as well can function without the
Yeah,
tokens. Like a 5 mana
Chronos as well.
Hellions. Yeah, and so those units become a more of a premium.
Hmm.
Units that can like delay your unit strikes or
Hmm.
like move block pretty aggressively while you
Yeah.
build up your tokens. I
Hmm.
think those are really key. I think
Yep.
that the paint token management has always been key for Drukhari.
Hmm.
Um,
I
if you go
think,
with a Scourge heavy build, you will see
yeah,
the need for them.
I think the Scourges versus Ravagers, a lot of that is going to be how many other paint tokens are you using in your army?
Yeah,
Because if
yep,
you're using
I
a
agree.
ton of paint tokens elsewhere, Ravagers are probably better because they just don't need them. If you are on relatively light paint token build, say you're on a more Coven heavy list, then you probably can get away with Scourges because they don't need the fire. They don't really need the paint tokens nearly as much. Honestly, hell, even some Witch builds I think are not going to be that heavy on paint tokens usage.
Yeah, because the witches just need it for movement. They don't
Hmm.
actually need it for combat. So if
Yep.
you're getting close enough with the witches, like they don't
Hmm.
need to proc their tokens
That said, if
outside
you're
of
on
Lilith.
Cabal,
Yeah, Cabal, like you're using it, like
yep.
because you want the hit rerolls with Archons over and
You
over
want the
again,
dev
right?
wounds. You want the plus one
Yes,
to wound. Yeah,
that one I
that
think
you.
is going to actually take a lot of finesse to figure out how you choose your contract and
Hmm.
how you play into your contract in order for it to like get the most juice out of it. Does that make sense?
Maybe I don't know if I agree with that, honestly.
Yeah.
Hmm. I think that in most cases it will be relatively easy. You choose something that you want to kill at some point that is the correct typing, and then oftentimes you'll choose their hardest hitting unit that wants to come out mid game. That's what I would be picking most of the time. Because then you can actually use the Crypt 5 strat because that strat's really good. You want that available. But you
Yeah.
also don't have to be constantly recycling the strat for choosing a new contract. That's how I do it.
Yeah. I mean, it depends because you can always choose something that's like trash, but it's in the midfield, right? Like, oh, I'm
You
choosing the
could.
scouts because I know I can get
Hmm.
touch them, right? And play it like that. So I think there's
Yeah,
opportunities there.
but then I
And
think
also,
you're not getting a ton of value from your. I mean, you could do that if you're really struggling for pain tokens, I guess, because you do get three
it's
pain
just a way
tokens
to
each
like
time.
jump up at the start. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's the idea. Is you get three like say there's a world in which you kill that unit or you kill a character early
Hmm.
on, right? With your say your scout
Yeah.
infiltrate, right? And so you spend the one CP to proc
Hmm.
the I killed it in the fight phase, so now everyone takes a battle shock, and I also gained it, so I just go up to 6
Yeah.
tokens in addition to everything I was already gonna have. Now I
Hmm.
just play the game normally because now I'm
Yeah,
set, right?
possibly.
So I think there's
That's
a way
interesting.
to do that
That's CP
that makes
intensive.
sense. Yeah, but because of the
Hmm.
Archons, I don't think you're gonna be struggling for CP there. It's all one CP strats,
Interesting.
and you have CP reduction
Hmm.
every single turn, right?
Yeah, I.
So
Mhm. Probably comes
That's the
down
way
to
I kind of think.
whether you're struggling
It's
more
a
with pain
deployment phase thing.
tokens. Yeah.
Yeah. It's literally like, how's my opponent deploying? What are they giving to me?
Hmm.
What makes sense, right? You have to really feel that one out over the course of a turn to really understand like how you're going to do it.
It's
I think it's
interesting.
interesting.
Hmm.
It's not my favorite detachment here. I think I've
Yeah,
leaned
you've
more
shown what your
into,
favorite is.
yeah, dude.
Yep.
Dude, charging at the end of your opponent's movement phase is so janky. It is so insane
It
how that can
only,
be used.
yeah, it's very good. It works if it makes it very hard for them to get within 9. Again, the fact that you're transport heavy makes it a bit harder to use, but it's still quite strong.
I just like the opportunity for these units to activate multiple times. I think that's the
Hmm.
key thing here, right? Like if I get my witches out and they charge a 5 man, they pick it up. Okay, in the past they're just dead.
Hmm.
Now they have this other job is you
Yeah,
have to stay 9 away from them, right? Same thing
yeah,
with the
true.
Hellions. Hellions especially because it's a reactive move into a charge, right?
Yeah, it just makes it more consistent is the main thing there.
It also like removes like melee plays from something else, right? If I'm playing in a war horde and
Hmm.
he's like, "All right, I'm moving my 20 man boys up to take out like this 10 man witch unit," it's
Hmm.
like, "Hey, hold on, partner, I have 3 reavers right here. You're actually going to fight them instead." You know, like it can just shut
Hmm.
down melee pressure in a way that I think is really interesting, especially
Yeah.
when you have access to 2 units with fight first and you have access to a fight on death.
Hmm.
So there's just a lot of counter there into the melee. There's a lot of ways to
Hmm.
tag shooting armies. Um, I think
Yeah.
it's just a matter of knowing what scalpel to use for the right occasion in order to like
Hmm.
do your best damage, like what like combat drugs to pick, all those things. But
Yeah.
that's why I find this
I
detachment so
like the.
fascinating.
I think that one and Cabal are the best two. I think pretty clearly. It'll be
Yeah,
interesting to see
I
which
think
one shakes out.
yeah, I'm really interested to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a conversation that we have in context to like the actual meta, what it ends up shaking
Hmm.
out from the data
And
slate and
points.
the points. That's
Hmm.
gonna be the biggest thing. I think that's what we're gonna be on here talking next when we get Justin here. We'll go through each of the factions, talk through changes, talk through potential ideas. I know that we've all been thinking about like where do our lists go from here, right? What am I playing
Hmm.
next? And I am excited for Drukhari, but I also have things in mind for GCO Cult. You
Yep,
know, the
absolutely.
GCO Cult could be back on Biosanctic or Final Day, and those are 2 detachments I really love. So
Hmm.
interested to get back and be talking with that. But
That
for
should be a
now,
fun
I'm
one.
excited for some Drukhari. I think it's going to add some complexity
Hmm.
to the army for sure. I think it's gonna be a lot more finesse out there, and I think it's gonna be interesting because there's some rules here that we haven't interacted with before, and I think that's always interesting when GW gets experimental in their
Yeah.
rule choices and rule designs and kind of switch it
Hmm.
up without being like overtly oppressive.
I do think the Witch Cult is going to be very interesting to see how it goes. I think it will be, I will say, that's something you need to be very upfront with your opponent about.
Yeah.
That, hey, I have this ability, here's how it works. So,
Hmm.
all right, man.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
it's good talking with
all
you.
right.
I think that's an
I'll let you
interesting
know.
run of the Codex. It's interesting to see it now because I have not looked at this Codex before. It seems fine. It
Yeah, and
still
you'll
has a
see it.
durability problem, but it has a lot of
Oh yeah.
trickery. So,
Oh for sure, and you'll be seeing a lot of it, I'm sure, right?
probably from you, but yeah,
All
I
right.
believe
Yeah, for
it.
sure.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Next time, you can look forward to seeing what is going to shake out from a new day slate from me, Dom, and Justin. Figure out what we're looking at there. We will all have some extra fancy ideas. See you then.